My name is Sassano, and I've worked at 4MS since 2021. My artist name is Cave Cricket. I make electronic drone folk with noise and percussion elements. I've been performing since 2011, almost 15 years. Music making for me is a spiritual process. My dad was a musician, so were many of my Italian ancestors. Making music and performing music is a way of connecting to my lineage. I'm very into meditation, psychospiritual plant medicine, seeing what emerges from that. I got guitar lessons from my dad, found it to be extremely hard. Piano lessons from a teacher that came to the house, and that didn't really click for me, but then I discovered percussion. 3rd grade, I joined the orchestra, played percussion all through elementary school, all through middle school, and into high school, where I joined the marching band, and I was on the drum line for 4 years. I played a marching bass drum. I played the smallest one. I also had a drum teacher who came to the house. He would try to teach me my favorite, whatever emo music I was listening to at the time. I started off with a shruti box, which is an Indian drone instrument. I saw an artist who's named Daniel Higgs play with one when I was 18 years old, and it blew my mind, and I decided I needed to have one. So I bought one on the internet. Started playing electronic music 10 years ago. Met my partner, who was very into effect pedals, loop stations. He lent me some gear that opened my eyes to the world of effects. So I got into using loop stations, guitar, keyboards. I didn't really make the shift into modular synths until I started working at 4MS. I like to use samples. My music is very sample-based. My favorite module that 4MS makes is a stereo triggered sampler. I like to record any of my improvisations that I make and create samples from that. I have a brand called Fiber Being Designs. I make knitwear, jewelry, fiber art, tarot cases, plant hangers. I sell them on my Etsy shop. I've been hand knitting for 20 years. Recently got more into machine knitting and bought a knitting machine. My goal is to become a knitwear pattern designer and sell patterns. I also have a degree in textile surface design. I lived in New York City with a handful of friends who are all artists and musicians, and we found a few different houses in the Bronx to live in and have shows in our basements and become a hub for art and music. It was awesome to have a space where anybody could perform regardless of fame or skill level, and also be a place where touring bands could come through. Providing a safe space for people was always top of my mind. The name that I came up with is Carl Sage Inn. We were watching a lot of Cosmos at the time, and it's a nod to Carl Sagan. It also really fit the house because the basement slash show area had a terrible odor, so we would burn huge sage torches, and I'm pretty sure the landlord just had an open sewage pit that he had a board of wood over in the basement, so that was cool.